welcome to my channel. My name is Stephanie Kokeo, and in this video I'm going to be talking about a travel guide and budget-friendly guide for Kanchanaburi, which is in the west of Thailand. It's about 2 hours from Bangkok, so it's so easy to travel to for a weekend getaway or just a place to travel to on its own and dedicate like 1 week or 1 week and a half to it. I believe that it's very underrated and it gives the best of both worlds in terms of one part you get to see touristic places and have like a touristy environment, and the second part of it is that you get to really see, I guess, the everyday Thai traditional life in action. So I think it blends the two very well, and I'm going to break this video up into 3 main activities, and then the 4th topic that I'm going to talk about is going to be related to the accommodation. The first activity I'm going to talk about is an elephant sanctuary. The second activity is a historical museum because Kanchanaburi has so much history. It's popular for that. And 3, just a skywalk tour activity. And the 4th, like I said, is going to be about accommodation, so where I recommend you stay. So the first activity that I absolutely recommend you go to if you are in Kanchanaburi is the elephant sanctuary, and it is affordable. It's actually even more affordable than the one in Chiang Mai. I think it's like Chiang Mai is double the price. I need to double check that, but when I looked at it a few months ago, that's what I saw. They have half a day elephant sanctuary visits or full day elephant sanctuary visits. Obviously the full day is going to cost more. The cost for half a day is 1,800 baht, which is equivalent to 53 US dollars. Children, it's 1,300 baht, so 1,300, and that included lunch, seeing the elephants of course, and activities with the elephants, and transportation there and back. So if you really think about it, that is such an amazing deal, because transportation sometimes for taxis in Thailand could just be go up to like 200 baht one way. So the fact that it was 1,800 baht for an adult transportation, they pick you up from your hotel, take you to the elephant sanctuary nature area, bring you back, and then you have a meal included, and then you have a memorable experience. Like, I don't think you can beat that price. So that says a lot about itself. So yeah, 1,800 baht for an adult half a day, 1,300 baht for children half a day. And if you want to look for the full day, then it is 2,500 baht for adults for the full day, and 1,800 baht for children for the full day. However, something that is important to note is that if you want to use the pickup service and drop-off service that's included into those prices that I just mentioned, you have to stay in a hotel in Kanchanaburi. For example, if you are staying in Bangkok and just doing a day trip, there's like an extra taxi service company, I guess, that they work with to arrange pickups and drop-offs, but that's going to be way more, and I will attach the chart here so you can see the difference between the two. If you're coming from Bangkok, I honestly recommend that you go to like the Mochit bus station or Ekamai bus station and just get a one-way ticket to Kanchanaburi, which will probably cost you less than 200 baht. So how it works in terms of booking your spot for the elephant sanctuary is that you go online on their website, which I will link below, and then you just fill out a form. It's like a Google form, I believe, that just gives information like how many adults or how many children do you want, half a day or full day, and then what is your hotel name in Kanchanaburi, like I said, if you want to use the pickup and drop off in Kanchanaburi. And then they will then send you an email confirmation maybe a few hours later. I guess it depends how busy they are. So make sure that you book it in advance, whether they can pick you up or not. But you pay in cash, so it's the day of. So they come and pick you up at your hotel. You'll see like a big nice van come and pick you up, and then they'll take you there, and then before you go to the actual like elephant area, they will take you to an office area where the workers work, and that's where you pay cash. So make sure you have that ready, and once you have that, they give you a water bottle, they take you to the nature elephant area, and you'll see other tourists there as well. They actually started off that activity with lunch first, which I thought was interesting, because in Chiang Mai it's like you do activities, you get hungry, and then you have lunch, and then you can do more activities. But from the jump, from the beginning, sorry if you're not American, from the beginning you get lunch. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to speak on camera. From the beginning, you get lunch and then you do all those other activities with the animals. And this was actually a really cool place because they not only had elephants, they had like buffaloes, they had dogs, and I feel like I'm missing another one, but yeah. And the service was great, super friendly. Of course, it's primarily in English, the people who are giving you kind of the instructions and being your guide for the whole activity. If you're Thai, then I believe yeah, if you're going with like your Thai group of friends or Thai families, I'm positive that you can arrange that and just say, hey, we don't want English, we don't have any foreigners. But yeah, so they have the English available there and they are very skilled in the language. So you can actually learn about the elephants and learn about the place. I hope I didn't have that before. The next activity is Erawan National Park. So let me first talk about the prices. So the entrance fees for Erawan National Park is 300 baht for foreigners, 150 baht for children ages 3 to 14 years old that are foreigners as well. And Thai citizens pay 60 baht for adults and then 30 baht for children. So it's one of those places where the foreigners pay for a higher ticket price. You know, our countries probably have higher currency, so I think that's fine. And then the Thais pay less. So as for transportation, I think this is the part where it could get costly. So as I say, different ways to go to the national park. You can arrange a song tao, which I know we're charging like 600 to 800 baht in the city area. You can take rent a motorbike for 300 baht and drive there yourself. If you know how to, you can have like a tour, have an arranged tour guide, which is probably more than 1,000 baht for that whole like 2 or 3 days service of a tour guide. Or you could do the bus, which me and my sister-in-law did, which was actually recommended by the elephant sanctuary people. They told us, because we were kind of stressed about the transportation prices, they told us, no, go to Kanchanaburi bus station, and there they have a system where they can, you purchase your ticket. I can't remember if it's 60 or 80 baht, but it's one of those. You purchase your ticket and you for a specific time, you leave at that time and you go there. And then once you're at the national park, they also have like a specific area for that same service. Like there's a clear sign that says like back to Kanchanaburi city. You'll buy your ticket again for 60 or 80 baht and then go back to Kanchanaburi bus station in the city. In total, that's like what, 160 baht maximum for transportation, which is really, really good. And there are transportation fees as well for entrance for the national park. So apart from just your ticket in, if you're taking the bus like we did, there's no fee. I think that's covered by the bus service. However, if you are taking a motorbike, maybe you rented it, it is 20 baht for motorbike parking, and it is 30 baht for a car. About the Erawan National Park itself, I can show you the videos and the pictures, and it's clear to see it that it is worth it. There are seven different waterfalls where each time, obviously, that you go to the next waterfall, the elevation does get higher and you're walking more and climbing more. As for that just depends on your fitness. Mine is not the best, so I was dying by the 7th. However, it was beautiful. I was huffing and puffing, but I took breaks when I needed to and it was fine. I think I wore shoes. No, I did wear shoes because I made that mistake before in Thailand. So just make sure you wear comfortable shoes. Also, because there's like rocks as you're going up. There's sometimes when you have staircases to help you go to different levels. However, there are times when you just have to like go through the jungle, step on slippery rocks, and I think using things like sandals and flip-flops will be very dangerous for you. The waterfalls are beautiful. The water is clear. It is such like a beautiful blue aqua. I think that's the color. Aqua color. Very transparent, very clean, and they are actually very cautious about keeping it clean. Like I believe you need to check in like the plastic bottles that you have at one area before you can start walking and hiking the national park. Yeah, the water is gorgeous. you would think that it would be enjoyable to swim into, but they have like those fish that like to eat your feet and or eat your dead skin, sorry, and go in between your toes, and it is the most uncomfortable feeling. And it's their home, so I'm not going to complain, but I would really have appreciated that national park more if I didn't have eating little fish come to me. And I think if you go to Kanchanaburi, it's another thing that you just can't miss. It's a beautiful experience. Okay, so the third activity that I have is the Jeet War Museum, which is 50 baht for an entrance fee, which is like the price of a meal. And this one had a lot of mixed reviews. So basically, what I didn't know is that Kanchanaburi has a lot of history in relation to World War II. It's when the Japanese occupied Thailand. So 50 baht entrance for this museum, and it's not a tour guide that's guiding you to different areas. It is you yourself walking. There's actually like taped arrow on the floor to guide you like what would be the best one to go to first, and then the next one I guess that connects, and then the next one that connects. So I did appreciate that. I love history. History was my major at university, and I specifically learned so much about World War II because I am American. So it was cool to learn a new side of it, a new perspective of it that I never knew about. However, like I said, you're guiding yourself throughout that museum. They have a lot of statues, they have like a helicopter, they have cash, they have guns, different artifacts there. And I saw a review on the website that said you're basically paying 50 baht to see a bunch of junk laid around. I think that always depends on the perspective that you go into. If you know you hate history and hate reading, don't spend your 50 baht there. But if you're open-minded and really want to learn about the history of that city in relation to World War II, then go. Just be prepared to, you're basically walking the whole time. You're seeing a lot of old stuff and you're reading a lot, and they have both English and Thai there, and I think sometimes it was Chinese as well. Yeah. The third activity is going to be the skywalk, which is in the city area, and it is beautifully like not a bridge, like towers that were beautifully made, and then yeah, it does have a bridge on top that you can walk through, and it is see-through, you know, like a typical skywalk area. The cost is 50 to 60 baht. I would recommend going to this. It's like beautiful for taking photos, and it's just a cool experience unless you're afraid of heights. But yeah, you can see the beautiful view of the cities. As you walk down, you can see below you, and there's like water under you. So there's nothing for me to complain about there. But it is a 20 to 30 minute activity, so it's quick. It's not something that's gonna take you an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours. It's just, you go, walk through the bridge, take photos, look at the views, and then come back down. And that is it. It's not something that's gonna take you an hour. My only suggestion is for you to go at sunrise or sunset, but I did look at the times that they are open, and it's 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. And so you'll miss the sunrise. Sorry, you don't have the option for the sunrise there, but you do have the option to experience it at sunset. I recommend that. I can only imagine the beautiful views and the pictures that you can get if you go at that time. We went in the afternoon when it was blazing hot, so I swear I could see my skin getting browner by the second. And I kind of got very dehydrated a bit, so if you go in the middle of the day, just drink a lot of water. And once you're done with that quick experience, as I said, you can go back to ground area where all humans are, and there's different street vendors and food places that you can purchase things from, drinks, etc. Yeah, it's nice to go and then maybe have a dinner or lunch afterwards. When we were planning this trip, when me and my sister-in-law were planning this trip, I was thinking, wow, I really want a beautiful view because Kanchanaburi is very like popular for its nature and its scenery. So I was thinking of getting a hotel next to the river. That was very expensive. I will put photos here. And definitely out of the budget. So if you're watching this video, I assume it's because you want a budget-friendly guide. So I will tell you what street you should stay at. I recommend that you look for places, any place that's on or near, maybe just like a cross street, River Kwai Road. I hope that's how you pronounce it, because you just have everything there. You have song towels, you have motorbike rental places, you have bicycles, I believe, that you can rent. You have massage places, different restaurants, both Thai and foreigner friendly. What you need to consider when you do plan a trip on a budget is how close is it, how easily accessible is it to my basic needs, and that definitely gives it to you. And most importantly, it is very close to the major attractions. One that I mentioned was Skywalk. I believe it was like a 12-minute car ride or motorbike ride from Skywalk, that street, next to the historical bridge, which you have to go through. It's not exactly an activity that you pay for, it's free. You just walk to the bridge. But I'll insert some clips here. And that's the one that I told you is that the prisoners of war built, and that has a lot of meaning to World War II. But it's close to there, which has so many food options around it. It's close to the Jeet War Museum. Like, you just walk a bit and then the Jeet War Museum is on that street. There's also local vendors that I did forget as well. So if you want to get souvenirs for your friends and family, you can definitely get it there. There's a lot of different shops. That's all I can say about that street. But now I really want to get into my specific hotel that I stayed at. It's called Kanchanaburi City Hotel. It's actually right at the beginning of that River Kwai Road. I recommend this hotel. In total, I spent for 3 days, I spent 4,280 baht with breakfast included, which is equivalent to 138 US dollars. Or if you want to go think about it day by day, it is 1,426 baht per day, which is $41.85. And that is for the overnight stay and breakfast included. And they do have other rooms that are more expensive, and you can also book your reservation without breakfast included if you did want to, I guess, make it a little cheaper. And then talking about the hotel itself, it had great customer service. All the workers were very attentive, very friendly, very welcoming. Like, you know, just those places where that service is there and you feel right at home and you feel like you can approach them easily with any questions that you may have. That was definitely that hotel. Breakfast is included in that reservation price, and it is so worth it. I read a review that said that the breakfast was very small and not filling, and that was definitely from a foreigner writing that. So then I went with the perspective of, oh, it's going to be small and not filling. But then once I went there, and then my sister-in-law, who is Thai, she communicated with the worker, but they were telling her that we can choose anything from the menu. It could be 1 item, 2 items, 3 items, kind of like buffet style, but they bring it to you. And I was so surprised about that. I was like, I could choose more than one. So I didn't understand that review, but it was very good. They have Western food options, but also Thai food options. And presentation was 10 out of 10. So that hotel, Kanchanaburi City Hotel that I just mentioned, it even may be a little bit too much for those that are like on a budget, because I understand I've been there before where I was traveling in Thailand and the hostel life was the only life for me, the only thing that would fit my budget. And they do have a lot of hostels within that River Kwai road. So if Kanchanaburi City Hotel is not for you, definitely look at the other ones. I saw some that I think were like $10 per night. I will include them on the screen, $11. And then I think I saw one that was $20. So I think if you plan it well, you can definitely get the bang for your buck, which basically is an American phrase that means it's a good deal, that you will get a good deal. As for any additional things about Kanchanaburi City, I just loved it. That River Kwai Road that I mentioned that you should stay at, it just had so much to see, so much to walk around. They even had like this gorgeous cafe. The inside of that cafe was just beautiful. The presentation of the drinks and the desserts, even more beautiful. And then they had a beautiful grass area that you could sit in, and they had like a farm with animals that you actually cannot touch. And again, my Thai sister-in-law, she was able to speak to the Thai worker, and they said that one time, I think like a customer was petting the rabbit and like bent its neck and by accident, and then it was paralyzed from them, so they don't let you touch the animals. But there were just so many things to experience. We rented a motorbike for 1 out of 3 of those days. We went to other temples. You know, it's not always about touristy temples. You can always find beauty in just regular temples that aren't as known. And so if you're comfortable with riding a motorbike, you could definitely do that. That's it for the Kanchanaburi detail. And I did want to talk about where this channel is going. So somebody left a very sweet comment that I will put here, and they basically said like, introduce yourself And I did get a lot of new subscribers. So thank you for my friends and family subscribing. And if you're strangers, thank you. But I do want to introduce myself. I think I'm just a little scared and shy to do that. But I think that should be in the next 1 or 2 videos. And I'm going to continue to just show my interests and things that I like, which is travel, lifestyle, fashion, intentional living type of things, cafes, coffee. I love it. I love all of that stuff. And also I want to share stuff about my love story, because I did fall in love in Thailand, and I do know that those videos are highly popular here. I think a lot of people like to hear cross-cultural relationships here on YouTube. So I also want to share that. But you will know more about me soon in an introduction video. And thank you very much for that person that commented. Kap kun ka to that person. I'm so shy. Okay, but that's it. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or anything else I can recommend to you, let me know in the comments and I will definitely reply, because I don't get many. So you will get a response from me. Okay, bye.